Welcome back to the Off the Bar podcast. My name is Brandon. I'm joined with Ben, and today we are talking about some of the new exciting gameplay features coming to FIFA 21 Career Mode. Some cool aspects of it that we just wanted to quickly talk about and cover since the trailer did drop today for Career Mode. And as you know, in this channel, we just want to talk about anything sports. And I think one of the big things here is the improvements and updates that they made to FIFA 21, the fact that they have made such big strides in trying to improve it, trying to take back feedback from the community, and all that kind of stuff. So really quickly, I just want to jump into the first big point here, which is the return of the loan to buy system. Holy shit. This is something I have been missing for a while because it's like, honestly, like, it's been a feature that was in, I think, like what, FIFA, like
15 has it.
15, I think 16 also has it, but I think after that was it.
Yeah.
You couldn't loan to buy anymore, or maybe you could. I honestly don't remember it as well. Now you do have the option to loan to buy. What I would like to see, though, what I think would be really cool, I don't know if they've covered it or not, is to buy maybe if you sign like a regen player, a player off your player off free agents, or maybe if you sign that loan, if you sign, let's say, a Harvey Elliott or a young player to then with a great potential but shitty rating, to loan them out once you purchase them. I don't know if they have that feature yet. I don't think they've added that feature. That'd be a great feature to add in the future, but this is not a wish list. It's just talking about stuff that they've added already. The loan to buy option. Ben, what do you make of it?
Well, it used to be a thing. I like to play retro FIFA career mode, so it's a huge thing to do, especially with it's more so an obligation to buy in the older one. So I'd like to see if it's an obligation this year. I do like this feature a lot. I think it adds another depth to transfers. What I would like to have seen was a more realistic transfer saga, so it wouldn't just happen all in one day, because that's not physically possible. It seems like so.
If you delegate, it doesn't, right?
No, but if you do it in real life, I mean, if you do it
right, if you actually sit down with like a Jurgen Klopp or something.
Yeah, you could manage someone from China, and then have an offer come in from England, and then do it all in one day. And I think to me personally, I don't like that aspect of it. But besides that, I think the loan to buy option is a really good move, a really good thing to put back in. I like especially with younger players that you're only allowed to buy them. You're only allowed to buy younger players. I think how regens you can only loan them in.
Right.
So I think you're only allowed to loan them in. Then you can buy them at the end of the season. It's gonna be, I think, it probably will give you a lot more bargains down the road, because it's kind of like finding a younger player that already has a potential and the rating or in the amount over what his buyout clause is. But yeah, I think that's basically it.
Right. The next big feature I did want to talk about is something that we've actually seen in 2K and in previous FIFAs, is the interactive match sim. Right. Now we can instantly jump in or out of games. So, let's say, and I think it's also going to kind of work how Madden does it with their key moments type of thing. Like, if you want to take a free kick, if you want to take a penalty, if you want to play a certain big moment, it's the last 10 minutes of your match, and you want to play those last 10 minutes, and you're a goal down, or you want to try to win it for your team, I think that's a big thing. Right. What's very interesting about it is the fact that you have to now with this whole new updates, honestly, I think it's really taken away from players that just like to sim, right? They don't want to sit through each season, or they want to just play big games, and they don't want to sim through it.
Sure.
And they'd rather just sim through it, to each transfer window, and then call it, right? Call it a year, maybe just call it a season, and just maybe play big games, or Champions League games, or Europa League games, or whatever big league games that are going on. Ben, what do you make of the fact that you can now jump in and out of games?
It's a really big improvement. I like. They also have the idea that you can see what kind of tactics that the other team are employing. You can also see or deploying. You could also see kind of like who's playing well, who's not playing well during the game. I think it's really really good.
Yeah, and now you can also manage your fitness like on the tabs. Like it shows like fitness, so you can see the fitness of your players, player ratings, how well they've done, like you said, match stats, which like at that moment, right, like how well they've done. Also, a game plan, which is going to show the systems that the teams have adapted on the field, right, and how they play. I think that's kind of solid. I think honestly, it just gives you a new way of just playing of jumping in and out of games, right? I think it's going to be a very cool aspect to see of, okay, it's PSG versus Bayern, right? And I'm PSG, and like Bayern and PSG have a free kick, like I want to take that free kick, right?
Right.
Or I want to see, like I want to adjust my.
Yeah, like it infuriates me when like my players miss a penalty and you can see them miss a penalty on the
right,
sim.
And now
you're just like, I would make that, and now you can make it.
Yeah, or at least attempt to make it. I think a big thing here though is the fact that you can now adjust game plan, right?
Yeah,
and adjust throughout the match. Like you can tell your players, okay, sit back and attack, or you can probably tell your players just adjust their positions a little bit, or adjust their instructions to based on how the game is flowing and whatnot. Now let's move towards the more player development wise. The development feature has been fully revamped, right? It's no longer just the 5 training sessions a week.
Right.
It is now towards players can be developed into various roles and changing their positions from, let's say, a right winger to a right back, right? And I think that's very interesting, that training their positions into specific roles and developments. It's also based on how well they player growth is determined by like XP and all that, which we've kind of seen and all that, right? It's also based on how well they do with their matches, their forms, and their potential to grow, which will basically determine more or less how they're going to gain XP and how much they're going to gain. I think also attributes are a big thing in traits. I think now we're gonna see more towards training their major attributes and major traits to players. I think we can now see probably more players get more traits through the training, which is something I'd love to see. Another thing, a big thing, I'm very happy they added is the skill move and weak foot ratings.
Yeah.
The fact that you can now train to, like, let's say have, I don't know, Rashford have 5-star now.
Right.
Or just keep developing his like weak foot, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think honestly that's just a much better thing, a much better way of doing it. It's like and I think it's now pinpointing how they do in real life, right? Like, Ben, how do you feel this is going to impact the game?
I like the idea that more training sessions are due for, like, I like the idea that you can train more players, and I like the idea that that you can do rest days, and that goes off the match sharpness and that kind of stuff, and I like that. The career mode community has been crying out to be able to change positions, so being able to do that is really a blessing.
Right. I mean, they have the edit player option, but like realistically, it's just changing how they look. Yeah. It's just determining like are we gonna wear gloves or like long sleeve shirts? Like, it really isn't. Yeah, it really isn't changing much. But now you can actually do it through the process of training.
Yeah, and I think this is it's totally revamped the system, and I think it's a good revamp. I don't think it's saying that really. It drastically changes it, and I think you'll have to kind of learn over time to do it. But I think this is really good. I think it's a really, really good addition to it as well.
I think what's really going to be cool coming out of it is the experiments, right?
Yeah.
I think realistically it's because, like, what if Trent was a right winger instead of a right back? Like, how well would he do? Or what if, like, kind of like how the shapeshifter cards
Yeah.
And foot, like kind of like that. Like what if like Ferland Mendy actually played CDM,
Right.
right, or something to that degree, and you actually train Ferland Mendy to play CDM, or if you realize, hey, like, I need a center back, and like my CDM could like let's kind of how like Pep has converted Fernandinho into a center back this year. Like, let me train him into a center back.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a very cool thing and a very cool feature. But kind of moving forward from that, I think now we talked about kind of like how the transfers are going to work. We talked about the loan to buy. I think another thing that we kind of missed and we kind of key is the fact that, swap deals are going to be a lot better.
Yeah, you can now, the AI can now swap with you without, and it's not you swapping with the AI.
Right, and I think it's also now like, okay, and the trailer they showed like Zuma being swapped for Zinchenko, right? Like, now I think the AI realizes like, okay, let's say Zinchenko's price was, 25 million, right? And Zuma's was 20. Like the AI now realizes like, hey, to make up the difference, why don't you pay me like 5-6 million more? It's not like nowadays where it's like, let's do a swap deal where you swap like, I don't know, Bruno Fernandes, who's worth like 60 million for like, let's say, Ronaldo, who's going to be on FIFA worth like 80-90 million, where you swap that, you say, okay, let's swap Ronaldo for Bruno, but then they ask you, okay, give us like 90 million.
Yeah.
Like they don't recognize that this play is worth 50 million, 50, 60 million, so the difference would be 30, 40 million. I think that's going to be a big thing now. There's new contract renewal improvements. We've given the AI controlled clubs to have the ability, or this is coming from the FIFA website. Not FIFA. It's coming from
FIFA.
From FIFA's website, FIFA 21's website. We've given the AI controlled clubs the ability to perform contract renewals based on the players' rank in the club. So you will usually not see the top players in a club become free agents. It will happen in some way. In some cases, as top players might not. It can still happen in top players. So there's not a lot. So they pretty much said like, yeah, we realize how broken that system of
signing like Mbappe to Newcastle,
right, on a free on a contract expiry, right, when they have 6 months left. Like they realize like, hey, like that's kind of broken. So that's gonna be very interesting. They also talk about financial takeover setup. Within the setup of a new career mode save, you can set the amount of cash you want your club to receive as part of a financial takeover, whether you want to give your club a whopping 500 million or start with next to nothing. You can customize the experience on how you want, which I think again is going to realize like a big experience, like it's going to be a big thing, because it's like, what if like we already see like a lot of people to use PC mods to give like teams like $1 billion,
right?
But I think now it's like, but I think it'd be cool like to see like, okay, what if we gave like Peterborough like 500 million, right, or a fourth division club,
right,
500 million, like.
Well, I mean, they also we're gonna lay it down. They also have the fact that you can't like top players will go to smaller clubs. Like that's not a big
right.
As well.
I mean, right, that's true, but it's also like how like giving Manchester United 500 million or giving Real Madrid 500 million.
Yeah.
Right. It could be like a big thing, and it could be kind of cool to see like how the experiments come out of this and all that kind of stuff, and how you customize your performances. They talk about board objectives, which is they change board objectives to make the requirements more clear. I think that's also been a big issue, because this year we've seen a lot of clubs and a lot of times that you play career mode sim and your manager rating goes down because like a player wants out, or you're not meeting board expectations, or like you do it, like let's say you win the Champions League but you still get fired because you didn't do any youth program.
Yeah.
Like I think it's very interesting to see how they're gonna maybe make it more balanced. Yeah, I think it really is. They've also had broadcast improvements as well. So like this is more towards like, I don't know, more towards like I think gameplay wise as well. So
Yeah.
Full refresh of League One, Uber Eats, and League One and League Two overlay packages. Yeah, more iconic atmospheres now. So like Liverpool's "You Never Walk Alone," Man City, Real Madrid, more clubs and anthems are gonna have it. They talk about clubs that include like Chelsea, Dortmund, AC Milan, Atletico Madrid. Goal music for some of these clubs as well. New localized stadium announcers. So like, you play in Spain, you expect to hear like goal, like you're supposed to like you play in like you're gonna hear like a Spanish announcer in the background say like, oh,
Right.
goal, Gareth Bale scored in the 74th minute or something like that, but in Spanish. The commentators are now going to have more ways to talk, and there's definitely, I think it's going to be a lot of customization and a lot of different ways. I mean, we saw there's going to be more customization in Ultimate Team too, but we just want to talk about career mode right now. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. I know they've talked about a new interactive AI and a better controlled AI. Ben, what do you make of all these updates?
It's refreshing to see EA finally do something with career mode for the past like couple years. Really, nothing has happened. So you know what? I'm excited. I'm worried that we might find bugs in the system like we did with the potential system that they came in with this year. But I think this most of it's really just for the better. I think with this, and I think it's gonna be very exciting to play career mode this year.
Yeah, no, I think it for sure is. But we just want to make this quick video, just giving our like kind of reactions or kind of like how we feel career mode is gonna be. I'm honestly loving the improvements. I think they still have a lot of ways to go, and I have some ideas. But again, we're not gonna make a wish list video because A, it's a little too late for that, and B, there's really no reason as to. But this is gonna be a step in the right direction for FIFA career mode, because it seems like it was a mode that they had ignored for Ultimate Team and for the release of Volta, right?
And like the hunter
Right.
storyline, yeah.
Yeah. So it did seem like it did seem like this was a step in the right direction for them. But I hope you guys did enjoy this really quick video. Yeah, what do you guys make of the new changes? Let us know in the comment sections down below. Are you in favor of them? Are you not? Do you want to see some more what more improvements do you want to see? Are there stuff that we missed out? Let us know. Again, let us know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media. Links are going to be in the description to our Twitter and Instagram. Ben, any last words to the beautiful people?
Beautiful? No, I'm good.
No, you're not beautiful. The people are beautiful.
Nah, I'm just like it's a very interesting choice of words that you use to describe the 5 viewers that we have.
Hey, don't disrespect.
Nah, y'all are cool.
Okay. All right. It's okay.
It's
All
late.
right.
I'm tired. I've been up a long time.
All right, whatever. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Again, leave a like if you did enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I just said like. Don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Ben's an idiot. Take it easy.
What? No,